Hey, welcome in everybody. So in this video, I'm going to be using Autocad to create the slider guide. So I feel like I've done this before, but I don't know where that video went. So we're going to do it again. But before I get started, I want to promote myself for like 30 minutes. Make sure you like and subscribe. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to do that. Before I get started, I want to show you that I'm in the decimal units. So you can see I'm working in decimal units here. And I have created a few layers. So if you go up to layer properties, I've got an object layer, which is the color is white. My background is white, so it's really going to show up black. The line weight is 0.3 millimeters. I have a dimension layer. Everything's the same except for the line weight is 0.18 millimeters. And then I have a center line layer. Actually, I don't have the line type on center line, but it's on continuous. And I have the line weight at 0.15 millimeters. So I'm going to double click on my object layer and I'm going to close this box. And I want to start with the line command. Also, I'm going to turn up my grid because the grid it just confuses me with all these lines going all over the place. So I'm going to click the line or the grids off. Now I'm going to keep my line command going. So I'm going to start just randomly anywhere. I'm going to draw it over 0.5, or not 0.5, 5 units to the right. I'm going to go straight up 1.5. I'm going to go to the left 5, and then press C on the keyboard for close. Just press C, press enter. So there we go. There's our first kind of part down there at the bottom. And then what I want to do next is kind of create the little indentation down there at the bottom. So to do that, I'm going to click on offsets. And I want to offset that 0.5. I want to offset this line to the right. I want to offset this line to the left. I want to right click, cancel. I'm going to go back to my offset again. I want to offset this bottom line straight up by 0.25. Press enter. So this line goes up. I'm going to hit the escape key. And then what I want to do is I'm going to use the trim. So TR for trim. Press enter. And what am I going to trim? I'm going to trim out, just kind of draw like a little crossing line thingy. Just hold the left mouse button down and kind of drag it across that line. I found out that's the easy way. Same thing here, over here. I'm going to leave this one up for now because I'm going to use that in the next portion. But before I get to that, I'm going to figure out where the center of the circle is going to go. So I know the center of the circle is going to be over from this left corner. It's going to be over, what is it going to be? It's going to be over 2.5 and then straight up 3. So there's many ways you can do that, but I'm just going to draw a line. A construction line from this corner straight over. Make sure you have your ortho mode on. I'm going to draw it over to the right by, what did I say, 2.5. Press enter. I don't want that little backslash in there. Nope. Stop it. I went too far. So you want to go over 2.5 and then go up by 3. Trying to hit extra keys like I just did. That'll throw you off. All right, so that's the center of where our circle needs to be. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to circle. I'm going to go to center diameter. I'm going to click the end of this line, drag it out. This is going to have a diameter of 2.5. Press enter. And then the next one is going to be a radius. So I'm going to go up to circle. I'm going to use the radius, center radius option. My center point is going to be the same, so right there. I'm going to drag it out. So the radius for this is 2.25. Press enter. Hit the escape key about a bazillion times. I just try to get out of command by just hitting the escape key a couple of times, just to make sure I'm out of that command. Then I'm going to draw a line. Really, I don't need to draw a line. I need to extend this line that I left there. I'm going to type in EX for extend. I'm going to extend this up once, twice. Same thing here, once, twice. Right click, hit cancel. And then I think we have all our stuff drawn. I just need to trim and erase some gobbledygook here. So I need to erase this middle line here. I'm gonna erase this one here. I'm gonna trim out some stuff here. Let's go to TR for trim. I don't need this or that or that. Let me see if I can get fancy here. I'm gonna drag it over here, down, over, wing it around. There's many ways you can trim that out. I just thought I'd try to get fancy there and just kind of do all that. So I love how you can kind of hold your mouse down and drag across where you want to trim stuff out. Anyway, so there's that. So next what I would do is I'm going to add my center line here. So before I do that, I'm going to change my layers. So where it says object here, I'm going to change it to the center line that I just made earlier, my layers. And I'm going to go to annotate. I'm going to click on center mark. So I'm going to select this outside arc to place my center mark so that it kind of goes across both of those. Pretty cool like. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add dimensions onto this one. So I don't know if you need to add dimensions onto yours. I'm not sure where we are in the book here. They even talked about how to add dimensions yet. I don't know, but just in case. And that's also a way to make sure that we got this correct. So I'm going to go to home. I'm going to click on center line. Click on my dimension layer. So let me show you how I have my dimensions set up. So I don't have them all annotated real fancy. So if you go to annotation and you go to the second layer here where it says, you see a little image of the dimension style. I'm going to click on that. So I'm in standard mode here. I'm going to click on that. Click on modify. Now for my overall scale, I have it right now as 0.75. Let me change this to 1 because that's going to matter. As far as the lines and stuff go, I don't think I really changed anything much here from what's standard. I'm trying to look and see what I got. Primary units. So my primary units is decimal. Now, just so you know, just because you have your drawing units set to decimal does not necessarily mean your dimensions are going to be set to decimal. So you have to set this up too, especially if you're in architectural units, feet and inches. You could be drawing your AutoCAD drawing in feet and inches, but your dimensions might be in decimal. So just kind of double check this and make sure that they kind of match and kind of do what you want. But anyway, I'm digressing way too much. So I think we're good here. I'm just going to go, for my, I have 0 suppression, alternate unit. Oh yeah, for my primary units, I have 0 suppression selected for leading. I think that's the only thing I've changed. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? So I'm going to close this. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my linear dimension. So I'm going to go up to dimension. Right now mine shows radius. I'm going to change this to linear. And I'm going to select this corner and this corner. Drag it down a little bit. These dimensions might be a little big, but just to show you kind of what that scale thing does. So my dimensions, they may be a little bit big. So what I can do is go back to where you see annotation, click on that same icon, click on modify. So I think it was in, where was it? So under fit, it says use overall scale of 1. If I change this to like 0.8 maybe, hit OK, hit close. Notice it kind of made my numbers a little smaller. So that looks pretty good. Anyway, so let me go back to my linear dimension. I'm going to click on this one, this corner, and this corner, drag it down. I'm going to click on, press enter, click on this corner. I don't know what that goofy line is. I'll press it right about here. And then from the end of this, press enter again. When you press enter, it just goes back to the same command that you were already in. So click the end of that one, click the end of this one. So I'm going to line this up with this one. So that's why I kind of move my cursor over here to click on that X. So those two are lined up together. Press enter. I want to click this corner and this corner. Kind of drag it over. I don't really want my dimension to be inside the object, so I'm just going to click to place it for now. And then what you can do is select this number where you see this blue grip here. Just kind of left click and drag it down, maybe over here somewhere, and drag this out like so. I probably still have my dimensions too big, so that's why it wouldn't fit in there like it should, but even the book doesn't have it inside there, so I guess we're pretty good there. And then I'm going to add some dimensions, linear dimensions on the side. I think the dimensions take longer than drawing the actual object. Press enter. I go from here to the end of this line. Draw it over there. So I have all the linear dimensions. Now I just need to do the radius and the diameter. So I'm going to go up to where it says linear. I'm going to change it to diameter. I'm going to click this circle here, kind of place the dimension over here. I'm going to click on the right arrow, go to radius this time. I'm going to click this arc, drag it up a little bit there. Right click, hit whatever. No, I'm going to hit escape key about a trillion times. I'm used to Inventor, so yeah, I think we have all of our dimensions. Also, you see that I have my dimensions set to 2 decimal places, so yours may not be that. So to change your dimensions to 2 decimal places like the book has, we're going to go back to Annotation, hit this little icon, go to Modify. Usually I have to go through each one of these to find out where it is. So text, here we are. Text, we want to go to, where is it? Where is it? Primary unit. Okay, it's under primary units where you see unit format and decimal. Precision, I have it set to 2 decimal places. So you just kind of click this and select how many decimal places you want. I don't know if I've ever selected any of these at the bottom because that's really precise. But anyway, I have it set for 2 decimal places. Hit OK. Hit close. Anyway, I know I made this video probably longer than it should, but I hope I explained to you kind of how to create it like the book has. And then if you want to turn off the dimensions, then you just go up to your layer properties. Well, actually, because my dimensions is the current layer, and if I want to turn that layer off, I need to change this to like go back to my object layer. Now I can go to layer properties, click on the little light bulb next to dims. And now those dimensions, they're still there, they're just hidden. So anyway, hope that helped, and see you back in the next video. All right, peace.